Hi everybody.
Welcome to the talk.
Welcome to the talk. Welcome back. We are back as well.
Yay.
Back by like the man, the saints, but yeah, back. Yes, we're back. If you've watched or you've listened to our previous episodes and you've liked them, we sure hope that you did subscribe. If you haven't done that already, please go there, subscribe, and make sure that you join the talk. We are back. I'm Sino Exhibits.
I'm Nozipho Khalishwayo.
And today's episode, we are going to be talking about the birds and the bees talk, but shame, poor us. We want to talk about the things that we wish we knew before, we started with puberty, before that, so that we would be able to like better navigate that crazy, hectic, dolly stage. So we're going to talk about the things that we wish we knew, and our ghost is here, so we're going to invite him and we're going to talk to him as well.
Yes, azomelela abantu besilisa, out there.
Yeah.
Men power.
And were you excited about like adolidoli, starting your period, and, all of those things that happen?
Yeah, but let me tell you a funny story. And I'm a period that we were dancing at home. So like I'm dancing and I'm like ingane yemamncane spotted like ukuthi how imagine then the red thing lapha yini ikhathile or white like ulimele and I'm like, then what is this, and then ngaqala ukuthi my period then bangifundisa, it was a whole like ukuthi ufaka kanjani pad nani but like ngathi bengazi ukuthi ngi-enterisha i-puberty, bengazi nokuthi ngi-adolescent stage, bengazi nje lutho mina, the only difference was like my period, but bengazi sikwenzakala. No one sat down with me wangitshela ukuthi yes, wangitshela.
So everything was a surprise.
Everything to me was a surprise. Like my mood swings, people,
when the baby is coming, when you give birth.
Yeah, like it's just like oh, why you there? That's puberty stage. Oh, at this stage. Oh, but I was like, there wasn't everything to me was just like normal life. Yeah.
Any crazy hectic things owawenza like masubuka manje like engangihlanya kodwa ngathi ngenze 1 or 2 maybe like kusekhaya now you want to be like umama also ufuna ukushanyela, you want to rearrange the furniture and those things.
I feel like mina nje i-adolescent stage yami ngenze ukuthi ngaba nenkani. I was so stubborn and I was like, I wanted to be alone in a way. So like whenever you talk to me, it's like you were irritating, you irritating me and stuff. But yeah, that's the only crazy thing happening ngasho ukuthi engayenza. Nokuthi ke futhi I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, bekuba nalento because everything changes, ama emotions akho become high. The next moment you're happy, the next moment you're sad, you feel like crying, you feel like jumping.
Guning
man, ngesikhathi soda. So yeah, but kakhulukazi nje it's like I was so hard on myself.
I was so excited because when you watch TV and those stay free always adverts when they come on, and you always have those, it's either it's a lady or a group of ladies energetic, they wake up, they conquer the world. I used to think because also one of the way they advertise like he paid you put this thing on and then you keep it right, no one mentions anything like I period pain and the fact okay, imagine like they've changed, but they used to have like this blue liquid thingy that they would like
they put and then they put this thingy and then it's
no
like
leaks, nothing, you can do whatever you want. So I honestly thought when you start going on your period, it's that phase in your life where it comes with you suddenly just like have a burst of energy to do things, conquer the world. So I used to think the moment I start with my period, I'm just gonna be that person on the energy.
So when you knew before,
I knew it was gonna happen, but the way that it happened was completely different to what I expected.
What you expected,
because I thought it's like liquid and and then like when it actually happens, like even the color when it starts, it's not like ikas, like it's red, it's different because it's
clots,
and it's like this dark red slimy thingy that comes out. It's not like because that's what you think when they pour that blue substance thingy there. They're like no leaks, eat in, you sleep however you want, and then when you try it, you wake up in the morning, you have spilled. Then when is this ganja, and you're just like, what's going on? You should say there's something wrong. And it was just that thing. Like I was excited because I thought I'm entering this stage. I'm gonna conquer the world. Eat in, because we are at that age we were gonna start going through our period 9, and then you know what? It just you know, and I remember the first time I actually experienced my period pain, oh my word, I thought I was dying, and I had to go to school. I thought I was dying, and I just didn't know what was happening to my body. I didn't know who to tell. And I knew I wanted to speak to my mom, but I did not know how to approach her with it, because it was never anything where she actually tells me you're gonna experience period pains, and if it gets too much and you can't handle it, talk to me, I'll help you. So those things just came. It was a surprise. It was just horrible. And
I just remember asking Ingane, because we're more close than my sister, asking her because we change after this because I'm like
shame. And sometimes you only discover when you have an accident, maybe like you spill, and that's when you realize no, you don't put this thing on the whole day.
You have to change it.
You have to be conscious of and all of those things. So it was that and shame. But is there anything that maybe like a misconception maybe that you had, like with me, I thought, one energy and then you get period pain, you think you're gonna die and that. So is there anything from you where you were like
from me no, as I told you, mina expectanga lutho and bengingazi nokuthi the only thing I knew was okay man, usuba nama periods, and stuff like that.
But
so
did you understand what it meant like when you start getting a period?
No. Like I was just that child cartoons, watching cartoons, and everybody thought I know Ingane. So because especially in Galuti they think because of maybe you watch cartoons a lot, you make jokes, isn't there? So no one actually sat down with me and be like, Nozipho, you can actually get pregnant, don't have sex with a man. You gotta try to say like naloko njoba ngisho nje ukuthi na puberty konke lokho mina ngikubona sengimdala uthi kulesa stage lesambe ngidlula ku 1 2 3 but like bengazi ngidlula lapho.
And the one thing that I hate the most is how well my mom kept this thing as a secret. Because I remember at some point I was sitting with my friends, and this one friend of mine was like, I caught my mom sneaking in with a packet of pads. I thought she was holding a tissue, so I asked for one, and she laughed at me, and they were like, they had telling stories about how they caught their mom using pads, or how they were curious enough to even ask about it. And when I was like, my mom doesn't use those things, because I even thought in my head before time pad you also my mom is fine, she doesn't use those things. And the way they laughed at me like it just means that your mom is very good at hiding it away from you. And that was true, because she only started showing us these things after I started with my period. So that's when I started even learning there are different kinds of pads. You have the ones with rings, you have the ones without rings, you have tampons, you have this and that. But before that, I knew nothing, and shame. I really wish Uguti we were given a proper talk, because even when it comes to sex talk, the birds and the bees, whatnot, no one really explains anything properly. They just tell you don't have sex. Stay away from boys. Stay away from boys. So it's messed up. I don't know about you, Ghosty.
Hi, Ghosty.
First of all, hi guys.
Hi, Ghosty. Did you get a sex talk?
I did not get a sex talk.
Oh, it was you got it from your friends.
Brother. No, I got it from my brother, because my brothers, I have older brothers, so and we very close. So most of the things I learned from him. Most of the things. So yeah.
So isn't anything bozazi before puberty noma una ufanele njengamubone so undlulile lapha and you're like, wait a minute.
I think you're dying.
But the thing is, for guys, puberty is way different than because the situation you were explaining now, it sounds hectic. It
It
sounds very
is.
hectic. And it sounds scary. So,
Imagine you wake up in the morning, you've spilled, and now it's like a Tuesday morning. No one randomly wakes up on a school day and decides to wash my pajama pants, the shit long bed, you know. And it's also embarrassing because you're just like, how do I explain it?
And the closest I've got to like a female puberty or whatever was my older sister. Yeah, she like for the time when she was there, she used to be like grumpy all of a sudden. I didn't know what was going on. But like I thought she was just like a crappy person. Yeah, so she used to get moody and all of those type of things. I'm like, okay, it's just older people. I just like older people are like that. So write them off. So that was the first time. That's my experience of a female period or puberty. So but from my experience, from a guy's perspective, like it's not as complicated as you guys. But for me, the first thing that happened was my voice, like the Adam's apple. I started growing the Adam's apple. I think it was grade 7. I was like, what's going on? What's this thing on my throat?
And
what's
guys
this bone?
tend to like get shy, because I remember with my cousin's son, he was started, you know, and his voice was breaking.
And my voice was breaking.
And he wouldn't talk much. He would just sit there and be quiet. You try to talk to him, he just doesn't want to. Because it's like, when he speaks, and we're like, I know, and he's like,
and another thing, I think I was like 10. Then I started using roll-on because my mom was like, no, your armpits now, they smell, they smell. So you need to start using roll-on. So when I was 10, I started using roll-on. And like the hair under the armpits started growing. And the hair, you know, the way the hair grows, the hair started growing. And so that was puberty for me, and the voice breaking and all of that, and things like growing and stuff like that. So that was puberty for me. It's not that complicated for guys.
Have you like gotten like so curious about a condom that you like steal it somewhere and you like, you know, things like that? Because I know with us, my friends, I had a friend who started her period before me, and I was so curious, like, you need to show me how this thing actually looks. I need to know how it actually feels. So she took it, she came with like one pad, sanitary pad, and we went to the toilet. She unwrapped it for me, you know, opened it. I was like, okay, so this is how, and she's like, this is how you put it, you know, this is how you know, this is the front part, this is the back part, these are the wings, this is how you put them on. And it was just a whole experience for me. Go to York or Siam. So that thing, that's why I'm like, did you like wonder? Because I know with some guys, like their sex talk, or when they start with puberty, it's like a thing where, you know, the dad is like, okay, so this is a condom. This is how it works.
That's
Black parents don't do that.
Like that's
Black parents don't do that.
But like you've never met anyone who was like they had like the parents gave them a sex talk and you know, like they had a condom, because I know someone.
Speaking of a condom name, there was some time Percy, you know Percy, right? Yeah, shout out to Percy out there. But anyway, Percy again. Baphathekile ama-condom like abantu besifazane and men. So angazi ukuthi sesishintsha ama-class kanjani. So like I'm like, okay, so ngathatha i-condom leli labafana ngafaka ephaketheni lami le-shades. Usisi wakho ke yahamba ke ekhaya yabo lokukhumula nje, you know. And then oh my word, umama wakhipha iwashing realize late.
Oh no.
Condom now Presley Silas come. I was like, for sure my mom was like, where got the
at least you're practicing safe sex.
But today my mom never said anything. Guess what? That means she took today to Lele.
You know she saw it.
So I was like, yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, I think
because now when we were person is spoke very good say colleges funu kubona so now abantu besifazana because they are inkulu ne it's pink and then abantu besilisa is slim, so yeah.
And you don't really see le abantu besifazana that much, so that when you see it, it's like this thing where you're like, oh no, why? First of all, why is it so big? Secondly, how do you put it on?
How do you even put it on?
So but I think it only makes sense to go to, like, since we are on this topic, like we talk talk about the things that maybe like someone who's watching or listening can actually like gain from this whole thing, with things that we wish we knew before the we started with puberty, before this whole Adam's apple popping up, and and I think like let's just talk about that, about the things that we can like just things that we wish we knew before we started with this whole thing. So I don't know, Ghosty, is there anything that you like
you wish you knew?
First of all, what I wish I knew. Not that much, because it was something I saw from my brother. So when he went through it, he went through it before me. So I was witnessing all of that. So there's nothing that I wish I knew. But what I can say is, for kids these days, teenagers these days, don't listen to your friends. There's something called, like, everybody has a phone now. Everybody knows YouTube. There are channels there that are dedicated to like teen health and stuff like that. So focus on that. Your friends, like, probably they'll misguide you because everybody's experience is different. So now a medical expert will tell you like a broad understanding of like the thing of puberty.
Yes, you're actually right, because my friend started before me, so she told me how the whole thing unfolded with her, and I was like, okay, I got it. This is what's gonna happen to me. So when it happened with me, it was completely different. I thought I was dying. I thought something was wrong with you, because it was a completely different experience. So that's actually like a very good one. Which, don't listen to your friends, because you're all experiencing this for the first time actually, and you're not experts on these things. So kulula to like mislead each other. So that's a big one.
And also like, don't be hard on yourself, it's just a phase, it will pass by. And also like, your body will change, especially for us women. Your body will change, and just if that you're not comfortable with, that you don't like, then go to the gym if you want to change it. So just change it. Don't be like too hard on yourself when as if I walk right, you get what I'm trying to say. So and make sure you do, because teenage pregnancy is very high because of once you start your period, stay away from men.
But I really wish like this whole thing, it would be normalized to talk about puberty and so forth, where umzali, a parent, actually tells you exactly what happens to you and why it happens to you. Because I only found out much later, when you start going on your period, it actually means you can have a baby. This is how your body is like ready to, all of those things. I did not know. So I knew that every month I must expect this thing to happen to me, but I had no clue whatsoever what it was. To a point, I know when you're still in high school, some people, especially guys, they make it seem like it's disgusting thing, you've got blood coming out of you, you smell, and it's not entirely true, so you start hating your body because every month this thing happens and you don't even know why it's happening and so forth. So if you could just like normalize talking about puberty and talking about the changes that happens. Because uzobuka ama-adverts stay free, when ama liquid blue being poured on, and you think it's it's like this fun thing, and so it's that thing.
And another thing these days, since we are so influenced by social media, I think like it's easy for like a teenager to see some model or whatever, some guy, and feel like they're not enough. They feel like like they're ugly. Because everybody goes to their ugly duckling phase when you're teenagers. Everybody's ugly, everybody's awkward, things are growing awkwardly. Maybe your left leg is growing longer than your right leg, something like that, some weird thing. Everybody goes to their ugly duckling phase, and we all proceed past that. So now
we just have to be patient.
So now the influences of social media, seeing people that are edited Photoshop pictures of beautiful people, and you feel like you see your pimples, you see like your sunspots, and you're like, I'm ugly.
And stuff like that. I didn't have pimples when I was in high school. They only came afterwards. I didn't have pimples. I was just like, I would have like one corner. It would like signal, okay, it's either she's on her period or she's going toward
So I feel like you should balance it out. Like, know the pros and cons of social media and like influences and peer pressure, so that you can be able to balance it out and know that you're in a certain stage of your life where it's gonna be awkward. Everything's gonna be awkward for you, and you're gonna proceed past that. You shouldn't hate yourself.
Yeah.
You should learn how to love yourself. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yes.
Love thy person on the one that you see on the mirror.
Even though you might feel down, you look at you and like, ish, this pimple. But at the end of the day, love yourself. It's there. It's ugly. But it's you.
It will pass by.
Yeah.
You know,
passes,
you just have to be patient and love yourself the way that you are. I think that's round about it.
Yes, let's wrap it.
Yes.
Subscribe, like, comment, make sure that you
make
join.
sure you share with your family, friends,
We'll say you.
and new mothers out there. They need to listen to this.
Please talk to
Yes.
your daughters, because then it's hectic, Shem. It's a lot. You know, you find out about period pain from your friends, and your mom is just there. You know, she didn't say anything. So talk to your daughters, please. Make sure that you make it easy for
them to understand what's happening now, and about avoid 1, 2, 3 because of 1, 2. Just don't say avoid good. And then you know how teenagers are. You know, so give
out the reasons. It's not a bad thing. Umntana is not disrespecting you by asking why. You know, why must I not do 1, 2, and 3? So talk to your kids, man, and make sure that even if they're on social media, looking at things that they find, from their cell phones, make sure that you keep an eye on your children so that whatever they see doesn't get into their heads and mess them up. Because also mental illnesses are also a thing. They are real. Teenagers commit suicide, they start taking drugs because they want to change their bodies. So all of those things are serious. Take them serious, so talk to your children and make sure your kid is out there, on the table. Everyone knows what they need to know when they need to know it. Otherwise, we'll see you when you see us on your screens. Bye-bye. Thank you, Ghosty.